All right, shalom, 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 Yasha Allah. This is Brother Yawanah.
This is Brother Adrian.
All right, with the Flaming Fire of Israel. All right, want to start off first and foremost, giving all honor and glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, that's called Halayim, Abanawa Yahweh, by Hashem, Mashiach, Wamalak Yahweh Shah. All right, and we're coming back at you with another Flaming Fire Friday. All right. And this topic this week is going to be on to keep learning and don't get lazy or idle in this truth, man. All right, so we got to keep going and keep staying those first works, man. All right, so this pretty much what this Flaming Fire Friday about. We're going to break it down thoroughly through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We're going to get into it, and hopefully brothers and sisters is edified through the spirit. And you could go ahead and get that Philippians 1 and
9.
Yeah, 1 and
9. This is Philippians 1 and 9.
Right.
And this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment.
Right, so in this I pray that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and in all judgment. Right, so you gotta abound more and more in this knowledge, man. All right, and your love. All right, and what the Lord said in 2 John chapter 1, so 2 John, I got it up. I think it's 2 John verse 6, and it says, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments. This is the commandments that, as ye have heard from the beginning, you should walk in it. Right? So love is walking in his commandments. Right? Your commandments about more and more, and in your knowledge and all judgment abounds more and more and also. All right? So you got to keep learning, man. All right? You got a lot of jakes, they get idle, man. They hear a couple of precepts, and, they hit the streets, and, they get idle. And they're bringing out the same thing every week, and they only know a certain amount of scripture. You got to keep abounding in knowledge and understanding, man. All right, it's more than just watching videos. It goes into taking notes. All right, it goes into getting your Bible. It goes into precepting, and doing things like that, man. So you can't never stop learning. All right, you got a lot of brothers that get into the truth and they hear that Deuteronomy 28:68. They hear all these things, and they just chill out a little bit, man. All right, and that's the last thing you want to do. All right, so give me Proverbs chapter 9, verse 9. All right. Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 9. Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 9. All right, Kyle.
Okay, giving instruction to a wise man. Okay. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 9.
Right.
It says, giving instruction to a wise man.
So give instruction to a wise man, right, Kiri?
And he will be yet wiser.
Right. So if you give instruction to a wise man, you go get wiser. All right, Kiri?
Teach a just man.
Right.
And he will increase in learning.
Right, so if you teaching a just man, one that's keeping the commandments, one that's seeking righteousness, they will increase in learning. So all the time you're supposed to be increasing and learning, man. All right, you're always supposed to be increasing in this walk, man. All right, you're not supposed to be just standing still, getting caught out there, man. All right, so you want to be constantly getting more knowledge. All right, you got a lot of brothers out there. They bring out these same scriptures, and they do the same thing, and they'll go out there and get confounded about one of these pastors out here, man, or they'll get confounded with someone that got knowledge, a little bit of knowledge. All right, so that's why you got to constantly get into more knowledge and understanding and increase in learning, man. That's so key. All right, don't get idle, man. All right, don't just start thinking that you got all the knowledge and that you perfect and that you got everything situated, man. All right, you can always learn more. All right, give me James chapter 1 verse 5. James chapter 1 verse 5.
James chapter 1, verse 5.
Right, and if brothers they can't get that understanding, this is what you can. If you being idle, or you just want to learn more, you want to, if you feel like you got all the precepts, but you can't never get all the precepts. But bring this out, James chapter 1 verse 5.
It says, okay, James chapter 1, verse 5. It says, if any of you lack wisdom,
If you lack in wisdom, right, can you read?
let him ask of God.
Right, because some things, is deep, man. Some things you got to be in the spirit to understand. All right, some brothers is not as simple as just, getting down precepts to understand some of these things, man. If you lack in wisdom, ask of the Most High for wisdom and knowledge and understanding. All right, these are deep parables and mysteries, man. All right, can you read?
That giveth to all men labor.
Liberally, right?
I mean, it's like liberally.
And upbraideth not.
And upbraideth not.
Right?
It says, and shall be given him.
Right, and it shall be given to you, man. All right, if you ask to the Most High. But this is how you got to ask to the Most High. And the name is only begotten Son, Yahushua. Right, can you read?
It says, but let him ask in faith.
All right, you got a lot of brothers that are like, man, I can ask for this wisdom, but, the Most High probably ain't going to hear me. Most High probably ain't even want to listen to this. All right, so you got to ask in faith when you asking for things from the Most High. Right, can you read?
Nothing wavering.
Right, nothing wavering. All right, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know the Most High really hearing this, right, can you read?
It says, for he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Right. So if you wavering, you like being in the waves of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed around, man. Right? Can you read?
It says, for let him not that man think that,
not that. Read that again.
It says, for let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord.
Right. So don't you think for 1 second you're gonna just ask for wisdom and understanding and knowledge, and you ain't asking in sincerity, man. And you don't believe in your prayer. You don't have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right. So come on. Give me Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 15. All right, this is Sirach chapter 38 and verse 24. And it reads, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. He that have little business shall become wise. So you got to make time for the Most High, man. All right. It comes by opportunity of leisure when you ain't doing nothing, man. That's when you can increase in learning and get into these scriptures and increase in wisdom and knowledge. And a lot of brothers, they wonder why they ain't increasing in knowledge, because they ain't making time for the Most High, man. All right. You got 6 hours off of work, and you want to take your grandma out to go get something to eat, and after that you want to go to work out. Then after you work out, you want to get your do something for yourself, get you some clothes or something, and by the time you get home, it's about time to go to sleep. And you ain't make no time for the Most High, man. All right, so you got to make time for the Most High. I'm going to read that again. This is Sirach chapter 38, verse 24. And it reads, the wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure. And he that have little business shall become wise. Right? Someone that's not always doing something, making up things to do. You only got to be at work for 8 hours, but you taking overtime. You want to be at work for 14, 15 hours. And when you can be getting into the scriptures and you really don't need it like that. All right? So these are things you got to pay attention to, man. You got to make time for the Most High for him to come sup with you. All right? So you got to do that. Verse 25, how can he get wisdom and holdeth the plow, and that glorieth in the goad, and driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks, right? He giveth his mind to make furrows, and is diligent to give the kind fodder. Right, so basically they're saying, how you going to get wisdom from the Most High? How you going to continue to get wisdom and you care about other things more than the Most High? Then supping down, sitting here and getting all the understanding and building yourself up in the scriptures. All right? So that goes and they never stop learning too. You got to make time for the Most High, man. All right? That's to be hindering a lot of brothers learning, man. All right? You only coming out on Friday and Saturday. You ain't doing nothing during the week. You ain't going through no scriptures. You ain't breaking down no precepts. All right. And you just coming out there, you staying idle, man. You don't want to be staying idle. You don't want to be staying in the same place, all right, that you was before. You want to always increase in knowledge and be getting better at what you're doing, all right? So, Con,
Proverbs
18
18 and 19.
18 and 15.
18 and 15. Okay. All right. This is Proverbs 18 and 15. It says, the heart of the prudent getteth knowledge.
Right, the heart of the prudent man, prudent. All right, let's look up the word prudent. All right, let's look up that word real quick. Let's look up that word. Let me pull it up. Prudent. All right, let's get it. Screen share it real quick. All right, let me screen share this. All right. Screen share. Con. All right, so you see my screen?
Oh, yeah, I see it up.
Okay.
Prudent.
So prudent. It says acting with or showing care and thought for the future. I love that definition. All right, so that's acting with or showing care for the future, showing care for the kingdom, man. Not just thinking about right now and what you're doing, all right, but caring about the future, man. Caring about the kingdom to come, all right? Of course, you got to use this word without abusing it, all right? But it says wise. Being prudent is wise, well judged, all right? Advisable, well advised, sensible, all right? So you got to understand that, man. You can't be doing all these things if you're not making time for the Most High, all right? So being prudent, are you wanting to get knowledge? You stand in the scriptures, man, all right? You being wise. You caring for this kingdom, man, all right, to come. So you're going to be moving a whole different type of way than other men. All right? That's why it's key to have that spirit. Oh, let me get this back up. All right, so Con. So finish that out again. I just wanted to get that. Read that again.
I started at the top.
All right.
It says, the heart of the prudent getteth knowledge.
Right.
And the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge.
Right, you got a lot of brothers claiming they wise and they got understanding, but they don't seek knowledge, man. You know, you watching one video a week, all right? You're not taking no precepts, all right? You sitting around and chilling most of the day, all right? So you know you gotta seek this knowledge, man. All right, you gotta come and sup with the Most High. All right, y'all, our people we did it for school. You didn't want to fail, so I guarantee you took them tests. I guarantee you did what you had to do to get a passing grade. All right. So the same thing you got to do with this kingdom, man. But you don't want to just be making it by, man. Or you want to be in advanced. You want to be in advanced classes, man. All right. So brothers, you got to be prudent, man, and seek this knowledge, man. A lot of brothers, they not seeking knowledge, man. You know, they do it just to come out there and clown Esau, and they do it just to come out there and just to get onto the devil that the Bible speaks of, and they missed out on all this knowledge. All right, and a lot of them brothers, they be going off on their doctrine, off on the things they out there preaching, man, because they don't really seek and look into what they saying, man. What the Lord says, a wise man looketh well into his goings. All right. So you want to be prudent. A prudent man looketh well into his goings. You gonna look well into your goings. You're not just gonna believe every word that someone says. All right. So Con. Give me Revelations chapter 3 and verse 28. Revelations chapter 3 and verse 28.
Revelations chapter 3, verse 28.
Con.
Wait.
thought it was 3. So I
20. Hold on. I don't.
20, not 28, 20, 20. I'm sure.
20?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is Revelations chapter 3,
Yeah.
verse 20.
Right.
Well, we bring this out all the time. So
Right,
it
God.
says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock.
Right. So you got the Most High standing at the door and knocking, man. Right? Can you read?
If any man hear my voice and open the door,
Right?
I will come into him and will sip with him."
Will sup with him, man. All right.
Uh,
So if you open the door, the Most High gonna come into you and sup with you, man. But how the Most High gonna sup with you if you're not making time for him, man? All right, you don't stop learning. You think you know everything now. All right, Kiri?
and he with me.
All right, so the only way you're gonna sup with the Most High is if you make time to sup with the Most High, man. All right. Give me Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16. So you gotta make time for the Most High, man. All right. You can't never stop learning in this truth, man. If you get to the point where you stop and learning, man, you doing something wrong, man.
Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 34 and 16.
Con.
It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read."
Where'd read that again?
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Right. A lot of you brothers don't even read, man. A lot of brothers, they don't read, man. They don't really read. All they do is watch them street teachings. We were getting on the Esau, and they really don't get into these prophecies, and they don't really get into nothing, man. They don't really read, man. A lot of things they go off of, they've been told by other men. They don't really read to get the understanding the scriptures. All right. They just be winging it. Out there just winging it. All right. You can't just be winging this, man. You're doing the work of the Lord, man. All right. So look, you got to seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, right? Can you read?
It says, "No one of these shall fail."
Right. This is not going to fail you. This book is not going to fail you. All right. This ain't going to fail you, right? Can you read?
"None shall want her mate."
Right. And none, you don't need a mate to come with this Bible. You don't need nothing else but these scriptures, man. All right. You don't need nothing else, right? Can you read?
"For my mouth it had commanded."
Right. For the Lord's mouth that had commanded, right? Can you read?
It says, "And his spirit it had granted them."
Gathered.
Gathered them. So
Right. And his spirit has gathered us, man. All right. So you got to seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Give me Isaiah 55 and 6. All right. So you can't never stop learning, man. You can't never get idle in this race that we running, man. All right. You got Jakes that's just playing games, man. All right. The kingdom on the line, man. All right. It's time to stop playing games, man. Bring it out.
Okay. This is Isaiah 55 and 6.
Right.
It says, "Seek ye the Lord while he may be found."
Right. A lot of you brothers, you're gonna be confounded when all these prophecies come to pass, man. And Jacob's trouble, and and all these things, you ain't gonna know what to do. All right. A lot of you, that's why you got a lot of us, our people trusting in guns and trusting in all type of other things. And look, the Lord says, seek ye the Lord while he may be found, call ye upon him while he is near, man. You gotta seek the Lord while he may be found, man. All right. Right. Why these YouTube videos, this knowledge exists, man? Why do you even got a Bible, man? All right. But you got Jake, they just sitting back and playing games, and Bible always gonna be there, man. YouTube always gonna be there. All right, they already deleting our videos now. They finna shut down all these the feminine word is down here, man. All right, if not already here. All right. So brothers, you gotta get in this spirit, man. All right. No other person is gonna make you get this kingdom. You can't just be chilling with your elder. You can't just be chilling with people that got knowledge and understanding. You gotta go get it yourself, man. All right. The Lord said, let every man work out his own salvation, man. All right. So let's give me 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 13, man. All right. So we gotta get out of this spirit, man. That laziness spirit, man. You got your soul on the line, man. Right now. And Jake's be playing games. Acclaim me in
All right.
1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 13, y'all.
13.
Yep.
It says, this is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 13. It says,
Right.
till I come,
Right. Till the Lord comes, right, Kiri?
give
Attendance.
attendance to reading,
Mm-hmm.
to
Exhortation.
exhortation, to
Right.
doctrine.
Right. So till the Lord comes, you gotta give attention to reading and exhortation of doctrine, man. You gotta exhaust yourself. Let's look up exhortation, man. All right. Let's look it up. You know, we pulling up things on the thing today. We screen sharing. All right. All right, so come.
Let me see what it says.
Pull this up. All right, God. I'm trying to find out. All right, let's get it. Screen share this. All right, come on. All right, so exhortation. All right, is it popping up on your screen, Mark?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see it. I see it.
Okay, God. It says exhortation, an address or communication, emphatically urges someone to do something, man. Encouragement, persuasion, pressure. All right, pushing, insistence. All right, so you should be pushing this doctrine. You should be learning how to be persuasive with this doctrine, man. It's an art to teach your people. It's pressure to do this, man. All right. You're not just playing games out here, man. All right, and getting on the Esau, right? Can you read verse 14?
14. It says, negligence.
Neglect.
It's like neglect not the gift that is in thee.
Right. So a lot of you Jakes, y'all out there neglecting the gift that's in you, man. You don't know your full potential because you don't push yourself enough, man. All right. You gotta push yourself, man. All right. You gotta push, just like when you talk about sports. How many of these football, basketball players, how many of them would have been the best football and basketball players if they coach just said, well, just do whatever you want to. You know, just come out here, man. Just do whatever you want and never push them, man. All right? You got the Most High pushing you, man. You neglecting your gift. You ain't showing up to practice, man. How you going out there in the game? You out there on the highways and byways, but you ain't showing up to practice, man. All right? You're not getting built up in this, man. All right, can you read?
It says, which was given thee by prophets.
Prophecies,
like it. With the laying of the hands of the Presbyterian.
All right, can you read?
It says, meditate upon these things.
Right. What do we got to do?
Meditate upon these things.
You should be meditating upon these scriptures, man. All right, meditating, thinking about, continually in them, man. All right, can you read?
It says, give thyself wholly to them.
Holy. Read that again.
Give thyself wholly to them.
So you got to give yourself wholly to these scriptures, man. All right, you got to give yourself wholly unto this, man. All right, you got a lot of Jakes, they partially giving themselves to this truth. They ain't fully in, man. All right, they halfway in. They got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. All right, as soon as someone say something to them wrong, as soon as something happen, as soon as anything don't go their way, they're going to be out of it, man. All right, so you got to give yourself wholly unto them. Right? Can you read?
It says that thy profiting.
It's
like it. That thy profiting may appear to all.
Right, that your profiting appears to all, that people can see your good works and can see your righteousness and see how much time you put into this. All right, that you're not a novice. All right, just being lifted up in pride. All right, can you read?
It says, take heed unto thyself.
Read that again.
take heed unto thyself.
Right, that's what Jake got to do. We got to all take heed unto ourselves. There's always some more we can be doing in this, man. All right? Take heed unto yourself, man. Right, can you read?
And unto the doctrine.
And unto this doctrine, man. Make sure you saying the right things, man. I don't put up on brothers in caps. They don't know what they talking about, man. They just pulling scriptures and they not breaking it down and they just saying con afterwards after someone just says a scripture. All right, you gotta break down this stuff, man. All right, you gotta understand your doctrine, man. All right, take heed to yourself into your doctrine. What you saying? You don't want to be out there telling brothers confusion. All right, can you read?
Connect in them.
What? Read that again, Alec.
It says connect in them.
No, this says continue.
I mean, it's like continue in them.
Read that again.
Continue in them.
Right, and continue in them, man. All right, continue in this doctrine. Don't just start playing, man. That's the key right there. Continue in it. You got Jake right there. Jake in this that don't want to continue in this, man. You know they in the truth for 2 days out the week, man. And the rest they don't act like they keep their commandments. They don't act righteously. All they got in their damn Twitter, Instagram bios is Israelite tribe of Judah. Come on, man. No. That's not what it's not a damn trend here, man. It's your soul on the line. Right? Can you read?
It says, for in doing these thou shalt.
Read that again.
Oh, it says, for in doing these thou shalt.
For in doing this.
What is it? Oh, it's like it. And for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
Right. So making sure you having the right doctrine, taking heed into yourself, all right, and into your doctrine, continuing in this doctrine. That's the only way you're gonna save yourself and them to hear you. How you gonna save brothers if they see you sucking off and you only out there and you only just saying things, you only out here in the truth just to be singing on camera? All right, the camera stopped shining and you ain't even out there teaching nobody no more, man. All right. Things ain't coming the right way. You ain't even out there doing it no more. It start raining. You gotta go. All right. It's cold out here. We gotta go. All right. No. Are you doing the duty of the Most High? All right. You got a goal. You getting a payday at the end of this, man. All right. Of riches, the kingdom. You got your payday at work. You don't slack off at work. You don't show up to work. You got work maybe 5 days out of the week. You don't just chill out on work. It is, I ain't going today.
Get fired.
You gonna get fired. All right? And it's the same thing. The Most High says he'll give your candle, he'll take out your candlelight and give it unto another, man. He'll give that spirit unto someone else who's going to use their gifts the way he wanted them to do, man. All right? So you get your tail fired, man. All right? So you don't want to get fired off the job from the Most High. All right? Give me Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. So that's deep right there, man. All right. Acts chapter 14 and verse 22. Don't be half-stepping, man. Don't be half-stepping. So they like to do half-step.
All right. Acts chapter 14, verse 22.
Right?
It says, conforming the soul of the disciples.
Right, conforming the souls of the disciples, right, can you read?
And exhorting them to exhorting them to
continue out.
Continue in the faith.
Read that again out from the top. Read it 22 from the top.
Conforming the soul of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith.
Right. So look, we gotta exhort to continue in the faith. We gotta continue in this faith, man. Right? Don't be playing the Most High short, man. All right. Don't be cheating and like do it like you was in school, man. You got brothers that they on there doing their homework and You know, they getting all their stuff together, and you know, all they handing their stuff in. And then you got the brothers that's sitting there cheating, trying to get their homework right before class start, man. You got the brothers looking on other people's paper, man, trying to cheat and turn it in, man. That ain't gonna work with the Most High, man. All right, can you read?
And that we must through much tribulation.
That we must through much tribulation, much hell. All right, much things will come against this truth. All right, some of you brothers, if you halfway in, halfway out, man, you look, you ain't got no reason to stay in it. All right, so we must do much tribulation, right, Kireed?
Enter into the kingdom of God.
Right, so that's the way we're gonna enter into the kingdom of God, through much tribulation, man. How you ready for much tribulation and you don't even know you can't even break down nothing without doing something and finding somebody else to pull a precept for you, man. All right, you gotta be able to do this yourself, man. All right, you gotta be able to break down these things the right way. Some brothers, they don't even break down things right, man. They just out there for a show or something, man. All right, give me Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. You brothers, you all off, man. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1.
Hebrews 12, verse 1. All right, this is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1.
Right.
It says, wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses.
Right, can you read?
Let us lay aside every weight.
So we gotta lay aside every weight, everything that's breaking you down from getting into this knowledge and understanding, man. All right. That means that sometimes, man, people want to do something, people want to go places, man. Look, no, I can't do that. I gotta get into these scriptures, man. I gotta make time out for the Most High for him to suck with me, man. All right. So someone pulling you down from that, or some things pulling you down from that, and it's extra and it's not necessities, man. You gotta get rid of it, man. Sometimes, man. All right, can you read?
It says, and the sin which doeth so easily beset us.
Right, can you read?
It says, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Right. Let us run with patience unto the race that is set before us, man. So a lot of brothers, they not running with patience, man. All right. Say you got a car, right? All right. Say you got a car. All right. You got to run with patience on this, man. You can't just be sitting there idle and sitting still, man. All right. You're going to run out of gas. You sitting there in the car and, you know, your destination is the kingdom. All right. And you in the car. All right. And you sitting there you just sitting there and you got your car on and it's just slowly running out of gas, man. All right. Do you got some brothers, you know, they step on the gas. You know, they get in the car and they step on the gas and they trying to get there the fastest. And what happens when you trying to go too fast? You'll wreck, man. You'll wreck and you'll crash, man. You'll get somewhere off in these other doctrines. You'll get caught up somewhere. All right. And you'll be out into something else, man, because you didn't run this race with patience, man. All right, but you got to be running that steady, just getting there, going just the speed limit, getting there, man. All right, that's what you got to do, man. All right, so you got to run this race steady, man, and your destination is the kingdom, man. All right, so you got brothers that either go too fast or they don't go at all. All right, so you got to be in that middle point, man. You got to be increasing in knowledge, and you don't want to never be increasing in knowledge and understanding, and you don't want to just go crazy and nuts. You end up in something else just going off, man. All right? So it's a balance. What does the Lord say? It's a balance in Ecclesiastes, man. All right? To everything, there's a balance. All right? So that's what we got to understand as a people, man. We can't never stop learning in this truth. We don't want to get slothful. We don't want to get lazy. All right? You got a lot of brothers, they in this truth for a little bit, and they get lazy, man. And you know, brothers, they start getting lazy a little bit, but that's when you got to correct that spirit. All right, not every brother's perfect. Even myself, you might start chilling out for a little bit, but you want to correct that spirit immediately, man. All right, and get into this knowledge and understanding and increase in it, man. You don't want to ever be idle. All right. So, give me 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 10. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 10.
All right. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 10.
All right.
It says, of which salvation the prophet have
Inquired.
inquired and searched diligent.
Right. Diligently. So the prophet searched diligently. Right? The prophet searched diligently, man. All right. Can you read?
Who prophesied of the grace that should come unto us,
Right.
unto you.
Right. So the prophets, man, they searched diligently these scriptures, man, and prophesied of the grace that was gonna come to who? You, Jake. All right, through a Mashiach Yahushua. So you gotta understand that, man. All right, the prophets worked diligently, man. It was in these scriptures, man. All right. Get 1 Timothy. Actually, get 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 4.
Chapter 2, verse 4.
Right.
All right. This is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 4.
Right.
It says, to whom coming as unto a living stone.
Right. You want to be a living stone, right? Can you read?
It says disaligned indeed of a man.
Of man. Right, can you read?
But chosen of God and a
precious. Read that again.
All right, let me say it. To whom coming as unto a living stone.
Right.
I can't say it right.
Disallowed.
Indeed of men.
Right.
But chosen of God and precious. Right, can
you read?
Yea, also a living stone.
Yea, also as living stones, right? Can you read?
Are built up a spiritual house.
Right, so you want to be that lively stone, man. You know, you got a lot of brothers that ain't that lively stone, man. They dumb. All right, can you read?
And holy priesthood.
Right.
To offer up spiritual sacrifice.
Right, can you read?
Acceptable to God by Jesus Christ.
Right, so Khan, you want to be that living sacrifice, man. All right, you're not sacrificing yourself if you're not in these scriptures at all. You're not taking no time out for the Most High. All right, you're not presenting what does the scripture say? Present your body a living sacrifice. All right, so Khan, you want to be a lively stone. Let me get a precept for that. We got a precept, so lucky. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 5. And it reads, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. Right? So look, it's a time for some of these stones to be thrown away and some of us to be gathered. All right? And we're supposed to be lively stones, man. Lively stones is increasing in knowledge and understanding, man. Being alive in his wisdom. Being like they first works. All right? Let me get Sirach chapter 22. Sirach chapter 22. Bear with me. Sirach chapter 22 and verse 1. It reads, a slothful man is compared to a filthy stone. So you got the lively stone, all right, the ones that stand in this scripture, being alive, all right? And then you got a slothful man. Well, slothful means lazy. That's all it means. All right. A slothful man is compared to a filthy stone, and everyone will hiss him out of his disgrace. A slothful man is compared to the filth of a dunghill. You like dookie, man. All right. Like the world calls shit, man. That's what you are. All right. If you just sit around, you wasting your gift. All right. Every man that takes it up will shake his hand, right? So look, you got lively stones that's deep in his truth, exhorting himself in his knowledge and understanding, keeping the commandments, doing things righteously. All right. But also exhorting himself in these scriptures, man. All right. Seeking out the book of the Lord and read. What did Joshua say? Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. I'm gonna get that. Give me Proverbs 19 and 15. Proverbs 19 and 15. This is Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. So you should always be moving. Your words should speak according to these laws, man. All right? And you should meditate therein day and night. Brothers should meditate in day and night in these scriptures, man. All right? And the ones that's not meditating day and night, it shows, man. It shows in your knowledge. It shows in your breakdowns, man. It shows in your understanding. It shows how much work you put into this. All right? That thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success, man. Then you can get that kingdom, man. All right? But you got to look. You got to stay in these scriptures, man. You got to meditate in this book of the law day and night. Baruch 4 and 1. Common scriptures, man. Let's go to that. Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. You still holding that Proverbs 19 for me, bro?
Come.
It's Baruch chapter 4, verse 1. This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. A lot of brothers, they're not going to know when they offending the law, when they breaking off the law, because they're not studying enough. They're not getting into these scriptures enough, man. All right, they're leaning on other men for their understanding. All right? But you gotta go precept among precept. Line upon line, here a little and there a little. All right? That's what you got to do. Now get that Proverbs chapter 19, verse 15 from me, y'all.
All right. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 15.
All right, bring that up.
Slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep.
Right. A lot of brothers, they in a deep sleep. They think they doing right. They think they're doing the things the Lord want them to do, but slothfulness casteth into a deep sleep. Right? Can you read?
It says, "In a idle soul shall suffer hunger."
Right, and the idle soul is going to suffer hunger, man. You being idle, you're going to be hungry. What did the Lord say? The harvest surely is plenteous, but the labors are few, man. You're going to be hungry during that harvest, man. All right? You're not going to get it. All right? That's what brothers don't understand, man. You sitting there playing games. Give me Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 25. All right? So you got to be laboring, man. This harvest, the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few, man. Ain't too many brothers laboring, man. Laboring just ain't going out there on the highways and byways. You got a lot of simple brothers that say that laboring is sitting here going through these precepts, increasing their knowledge and understanding. That's laboring too. All right? Laboring is taking time out and doing videos with understanding and truth in them, man. All right, laboring, okay, we know the main laboring is going out there and doing the work, but this is part of the work, man. You can't just go out there if you ain't play. If, like we said earlier, if you ain't practice, all right, you out there playing the game. You ain't even practice for it, man. All right, just winging. All right, so get that Proverbs 21 and 25.
All right. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 25.
Right?
It is a snare.
Sorry, Proverbs 21 and 25.
21 and 25?
Right.
Oh, it's lucky. The desire of the slothful killed him.
Right. The desire of the slothful killeth him. Right. Can you read?
It says, "For his hands refuseth to labor."
Right. So your hands refuse to labor. You got a lot of brothers, they refuse to labor, man. They think they know everything already. They don't want to increase in knowledge. They don't want to go to no classes. They don't want to understand anything, man. They hard-headed. You got a lot of same spiritual brothers in the world. And when they was in school and they don't carry it on to the truth, man, you got to study it. What did the Lord study? The Lord said, study to show thyself approved. A lot of y'all brothers ain't proved yourselves, man, because you're not studying. All right, and it shows, man, when you out there, man. All right, you might can fool these simple brothers that don't really know what's going on, but the learned brothers know when you don't break things down right. The learned brothers know when you messed up on a breakdown and you just winging it, man. All right. So get that Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 6. All right. And then overall, just other brothers seeing the most high season. Forget what brothers see, the most high season. All right. Get Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6.
Right.
It says, "Go to the ant sluggard.
Right, so go to the ant, thou sluggard. Go look at the ant. Go look how an ant constantly working. All right, constantly doing things for what it's got to do. Right. You don't never see an ant just like we say all the time. You don't never see an ant just sitting up and just chilling and just playing games and playing with each other. And no, they always doing work, man. All right, Kiri.
Consider her ways and be wise.
Right, consider the ways an ant does and be wise. Are you see that ant working that hard? You need to be working this hard too for this kingdom. Right, Kiri?
It says, which having no overseers.
Which having, read that again, which having no God or overseers.
Which having no guide, overseers, or ruler.
Right, which having no God or overseer or ruler. Right, Kiri?
It says, provideth her meat in the summer.
Right, and provideth her meat in summer. It goes and does what they got to do, right, Kiri?
And gathered her food in the harvest.
Right, how you think ants live, man? How you think ants producing like they do? It's ants everywhere, man. How you think ants everywhere? Because they provided food for each other to live like that, man. They getting off, man. They got to go work, man. All right, they going and putting in hours, man. That's the same way you should be doing for this kingdom, man. All right, Kiri.
How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard?
Thou sluggard. Read that again.
Oh, mine says, O sluggard.
Oh, Salaki, you right. Salaki. I was reading that verse 6. Salaki, you good. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Read that again from the top.
It says, how long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard?
Right, how long y'all brothers gonna sleep, man? You claiming you in the truth, you claiming you're awake, but you still sleeping, man. The Most High knocking on your door, like we read in Revelations 33 and 20. All right, and you sleep, man. How long you gonna sleep, man? All right, can you read?
It says, when wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
When you gonna rise out of your sleep? All right, you think you doing all these things? You out there on the highways and byways, but you ain't putting enough work in it, and the Most High knows it. All right, you gotta be putting this work in, man. All right, in the gutter, man. All right, can you read? What you do when men ain't looking? What you do when the camera ain't on? All right, what you doing when you in around brothers? Are you out there? You the one that gotta get these precepts together. You the one that's gotta work and listen and take heed to the word of the Lord. All right, what you doing then? All right, can you read?
It says, yet a little sleep,
right?
A little slumber,
right?
A little folding of the hands to sleep.
Right, just that little sleep you doing, that little playing games, that little not out here really going after it, not really trying to get this kingdom, not really working. Right, can you read?
It says, so shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth.
Right, and so shall your poverty come as one that travaileth, right, can you read?
And thy wanted as an armed man.
Right, so Khan, you got to understand that, man. Your poverty come like that. Your poverty is going to be when you don't get this kingdom. Your poverty is going to be when you don't get these riches and you be missing out. All right? So you got to understand that, man. All right? Jake got to put in his block, man. All right? Put his weight in, man. All right? You got other brothers that's really putting in work. You can see other brothers out there. You should be desiring, to be like brothers that break down the scriptures better than you, man. You should be wanting to go hard like them. You should be bringing it down, brother. You got brothers, instead of just admit brothers know how, really strong in the spirit, really put a lot of work in it, brothers start hating on brothers, man. No, you should be desiring to be like them. All right? So get Proverbs chapter 9, verse 11.
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 9, verse 11. It says,
Salaki. I'm actually never mind on that. That's not what I want. Salaki. Give me Proverbs 10 and 4. Proverbs 10 and 4.
Okay. Proverbs chapter 10. It Proverbs chapter 10, verse 4.
Right, and this is talking about that poverty. All right, bring it up.
It says, he becometh poor that dealeth with a slick hand.
Slack hand.
Oh, slack hand.
Right, he become afforded dealing with a slack hand. A slack hand is someone who's just weak, not doing work, not putting forth the work. All right, it's being slothful, being lazy. Right, can you read?
But the hand of the diligent, was it diligent? Make rich.
Right, and the hand of the diligent maketh rich. If you're being diligent in this, it's gonna make yourself rich. All right, what is the riches? The riches is the kingdom. All right, can you read?
It says, he that gathereth in summer is a wise son.
Right, he that's gathering, all right, for this harvest is a wise son. Right, can you read?
But he that sleepeth in harvest is
Right.
a son that causeth shame.
Right, you got a lot of brothers that's gonna be sleeping in this harvest, man. They sleeping right now. All right, you causing shame to the Most High. All right, you're a slothful son. All right, so Khan, don't be like that, man. All right, you gotta put in your end, man. All right. So Khan, give me Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 30. Proverbs chapter 24 and verse 30.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 30.
Right.
It says, I went by the field of the slothful.
So we're by the field of the slothful, right? Can you read?
And by the vineyard of the man void of understanding.
Right, can you read?
And lo, it was all grown over with thorns.
Right, so if you're not clipping your vineyard, man, if you're not being laboring, man, all right, if you're not getting down these thorns and cutting them up and laboring, all right, that's what's gonna happen because you slothful, man. Right, can you read?
It says, and the nettles.
Nettles.
And the nettles had covered the face thereof.
Right.
And the stone wall thereof was broken down.
Right, so you slothful, man, everything just start crumbling, man. When you start being lazy, before you know it, you ain't even out there keeping the commandments no more, man. All right? Before you know it, you don't even care about the truth no more, man. Because you got that slothful spirit on you. Before you know it, you don't even want to come out there like that no more, man. And then before you know it, your whole building on broke down and you done with. You out of the truth. And you don't even care about it no more. That's what laziness does, man. Right? Can you read?
It says, then I saw and considered it well.
Right.
I looked upon it and received instruction.
Right. Can you read?
Yet a little sleep.
Mm-hmm.
A little slumber.
A little slumber, right? Can you read?
A little folding of the hands to sleep.
Right.
It says, so shall thine poverty come as one that travaileth, and thine wound as a armed man.
And thy want is an armed man, right? So come, man. That little sleep, that little playing games, man, that's just how fast your poverty can come, man. All right, just how fast the Most High can take your candle away and you be caught out there, man. All right. Let me get a precept. It's this is Matthew chapter 20, verse 1, and it reads, for the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers in his vineyard. All right. So if I advise brothers to read that whole Matthew 20 chapter that goes into the opposite of what the vineyards is, man, the laborers, man. All right, how the laborers is few. All right. So Khan, I was just bringing that out because that's pretty much the opposite of Proverbs. But give me Proverbs 14 and 23.
Come. Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 14, verse said 23.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, in all laborer there is profane.
There's read it again. It's profit.
It's like in all labor there is profit.
Read that again.
In all labor there is profit.
That's what Jake don't understand. And all your labor is profit, man. All this work you put in is a profit that comes with it. All right. All the things you do is a profit, man. All right. Can you read?
But the talk of the lips, tethered only to
14. Tendeth.
I was like,
Talking the lips tendeth.
I say, but to the talk of the lips tendeth only to the
Penura.
Penera, yeah.
Right. So, you got a lot of brothers that talk a lot and don't actually go out there and work, man. They talk the game, they do the talk, but they're not out here really, really laboring, man. All right. Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 18.
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 18.
Right.
By much slothfulness, the building decayeth, and through idleness.
Right. So by much slothfulness, the building decayeth. All the things you built up, all the things you worked on, you start getting lazy, man. You got brothers that can't even remember precepts no more, man. They just lost, man. All right. By much slothfulness, the building decayeth, right? Can you read?
And through idleness of the hands.
Right. And through idleness of hands, right? Can you read?
The house droppeth through.
Right. And you just be done. You're not in the truth. You don't care about that no more, man. All right. Through much idleness, man, your whole house will drop through, man. All the things you worked on, all the work you put in. All right. You start getting idle, man. It's a problem, man. All right, this is Revelation chapter 2, verse 5. And brothers really need to listen to this. All right, verse 5. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works. And this is Yahweh Shah speak. He said, do the first works, man. Go try to get back to where you was at when you first came into this truth, how you was just burning, how your candlelight had just lit on, and that Holy Spirit was on you. All right, or else I will come into thee quickly and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. Right? So the Most High can remove your candlestick, man. He can remove that light from you, man. He can remove that spirit from you unless you repent and get off that spirit, man. And go back to them first works, man. He'll give it to another. All right? So come on. So give me Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10.
Come on. Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 10.
Right.
All right. It says, whereso thy hand findeth to do it with thy might.
Right. Everything you do, you got to do it with your might. You work and do it with work with all your might. All right. If you in this truth, man, do this truth with all your might. You serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua, serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua with all your might, man. Don't be half-stepping, man. All right, because then you can get fired from the job. All right. Can you read?
It says, for there is no work, nor desire, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave.
Right. So look, you're not gonna get none of this when you in the grave. All right, so you gotta get it now. All right, it's over, it's done with, man. All right, then you just waiting on the resurrection. All right, and to be judged by your words, you'll be justified. By your words, you'll be condemned, and by the works you did on the earth. All right, and by the knowledge you got and the knowledge you share with your brothers and your sisters. All right. So come on. Can you read?
It says, whether thou goest.
Right, they sit on that. So Khan, give me Mark chapter 6 and verse 30. And we're gonna get a couple more precepts because we gotta go to camp, and it's already 10:30. We had another late Flaming Fire Friday and a late chapter
Chapter 10, verse what, 30?
Mark chapter 6 and verse 30.
Mark chapter 6, verse 30. Okay. All right. This is Mark chapter 6, verse 30.
All right,
It
Kyle.
says, and the apostles gathered themselves together unto Jesus and told him all things, both what that they had done and what they had taught.
Right, so the apostles came, right? Can you read?
It says, and he said unto them, come ye yourselves apart into a desert place
Right?
and raise a
And rest. Read that again.
and rest a say again.
And rest a while. Read that again.
It says, come ye yourselves apart into a desert place and rest a while.
Right?
There were many coming and going,
For there were many coming and going, right? Can you read?
and they had no, what does it say?
Leisure.
Leisures so much as to eat.
Right. So the apostles came, man, and they was doing so much work. They was going out here doing so much work and laboring and, getting in the scriptures that, having knowledge and out here speaking to the people and doing all these things and working, actually doing the work, that they barely had time to eat, man. All right. So think about how high of a level they was moving on, and we nowhere near that level, man. All right. So Jake, you gotta get like that, man. How much you want this kingdom, man? How much you want it? So the apostles, man, they barely had time to eat. They was doing so much work of the Lord, man. And they was in this book of the law, and they was reading, and they was getting knowledge and understanding. And more than that, they had Yahweh Shai. All right. So come on, man. How much you want it, man? All right. Give me 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 8. We're going to get a couple more precepts. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8.
Chapter 5, verse 8. All right. 1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, but if any provided not for his own.
Right. If any provide not for his own, right? Can you read?
It says, and especially for those of his own house.
Right.
It says he had denied the faith.
Right.
And is worse than a infidel.
Right. So look, if any man provide not for his own, especially of those of his own household, he have denied the faith and is worse than the infidel. So if you're not providing for your own, if you're not providing for the people of your whole house, how you gonna teach them the commandments? If you don't do it, if you're not in this deep enough, man. Like, how you gonna let them walk in the right way, that straight narrow path, if you're not walking into it, man, and you're not figuring out how to walk into it? All right, the Lord says you denying the faith doing that, man. All right, so you got to understand how you provide for your house. You got of course, a carnal level the scripture's talking about, but the scriptures have double meanings and triple meanings. All right, so you got a carnal, how you gonna provide for your own and for your house. And then you got a spiritual, how you providing spiritually, that spiritual milk and honey and meat and wine, all right, and butter that you give it to your people, all right, to your family and to yourself, all right. If you're not doing that, you're denying the faith. How you not gonna tell your children the righteous walk and know what to tell them? How you not gonna know yourself how to do this, man? All right. So don't be sure not to deny this faith, man. Playing games, all right. Give me Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. I got a precept. This is Sirach chapter 33 and verse 27. And it says, send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teaches much evil. Right? So if you idle, man, it teach you how to be. Look. You got a lot of brothers, they chill out for a while and then they done with the truth. That's it for them, man. All right. So idleness said teach you to go right back doing those things you said you wouldn't do anymore, man. All right. Set him to work as it is fit for him. If he be not obedient, put on more heavy fetters. Right. So, look, you got to understand, man. You got a carnal, you got to work. All right, and then you got a spiritual. You gotta go to work, man. All right, you gotta work for the Most High. You gotta labor, man. You can't be idle because idle teaches you to be evil, man. You start not caring about these commandments no more. You start not caring about the things that was profitable unto you. All right. So, Khan,
Revelations 3:15.
yeah, get that. Revelations 3:15.
Okay. This is Revelations 3:15.
All
It
right.
says, I know thy works.
What the Lord say?
I know thy works.
The Lord knows your works, man. You can put on the front all day for Jake and Eve and for people, but the Lord knows your works, man. So you got to justify yourself before man, but justify yourself before the Most High. All right? He knows your works, right, Kiri?
That thou art neither cold nor hot.
Right? He knows if you hot in his truth, your light is burning, you on fire in his truth, or if you cold. All right? Right, Kiri?
I would thou rather cold or hot.
Right. So the Most High would rather you be cold or hot, completely out of it, or being hot in the spirit. But you got a lot of brothers, they don't want to be like that. They in the middle, they lukewarm. Right, Kiri?
So then, because thou art lukewarm,
Because you in the middle, because you lukewarm, you claiming you in the truth. You claiming you doing this. You claiming you doing the work of the Lord, but you being lukewarm, man. You playing games. All right? You're not hot. You're not in those first works, man. You're not trying to strive to get those first works. Right? What did the Lord say?
it says, and neither cold nor hot,
Right.
I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Right. So the Most High can spew you out of his mouth, man. He can be done dealing with you. All right? He can be done dealing with you. Is that it on that?
That is on that.
Right. So, Khan, the Most High can just be done dealing with you, man. All right? You playing with fire. This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 12, and it says, that ye be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promises, right? So you can't be slothful, but followers of the people through faith inherit the promises. The prophets we bring out in Mark, the 6th chapter, how they was going, you want to be like them. You want to be followers of them. They barely had time to eat, man. All right? That's how much work you want to be doing for the Most High. All right? You can't be playing games, man. Let me get another precept. Slovakia. This is and this is how Paul was being, man. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. 11, verse 23. Are they ministers of Christ? I speak as a fool. I am more in labors, more abundant in stripes, above measure, in prisons more frequent, and deaths oft. Of the Jews, 5 times I received 40 stripes, save once. So he was getting beat up for this gospel, man. He was getting put in the jail for this gospel, man. Thrice I was beaten with rods. Once I was thrown. Thrice suffered shipwreck. He was in a shipwreck. A night and day I have been in the deep, and journeying often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness and painfulness, and in watching often, and in hunger and thirst, and fasting often, and in cold and nakedness, man. Paul was in the spirit, so you got to be like this. Are you willing to do all this for the Most High? How you going to say you willing to die for the Most High? You willing to do all this, but you can't even read for him. You can't even increase in knowledge for him, man. So that's the spirit we got to get into, man. All right? And I'm going to bring out one more. Give me Romans chapter 12, verse 10. Romans chapter 12 and verse 10. And I'm going to bring out 2 more scriptures. That one and one more I got. Right?
All right. This is Romans chapter 12, verse 10.
All right, come.
It says, be kindled, afflicted, one
Romans
to another.
chapter 12, verse 10. Hold up, Salaki. You said, let me make sure. I was on the wrong page, Salaki. You right. Bring it up.
This one?
Yeah, be kindly affection.
Oh, so be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love, in honor,
Preferring.
preferring one another.
Right? This is the key I want, verse 11, right? Bring out verse 11.
Not slothful in business.
Right? So don't be slothful in business. And this is talking about carnally. And don't be slothful in your business for the Most High. All right? Don't be slothful in this business, man. All right? Because you're doing the Most High's work, the Most High's business. Right? Can you read?
It says
Fervent.
fervent in spirit.
Right?
It says serving the Lord.
Right? So you got to be fervent in that spirit, man. You got to be fervent in that Holy Spirit, serving the Most High Yahweh in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. So you got to be doing the Most High's business, man. This is Luke chapter 2. This is going to be the last precept we get. This is Luke chapter 2 and verse 41. Now his parents went to Jerusalem. This is talking about Yahweh Shah and his parents. All right, now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of Passover. And when he was 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. And when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child Jesus, Yahweh Shah, tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it. So Yahweh Shah tarried off, and they didn't know. He got lost. All right. But they, supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey, and they sought him among their kinsfolk and acquaintance. So they thought he would find, these people would bring him home or something, but they couldn't find him after a day's journey. All right. And they sought him among their own people, the kinsfolk and acquaintances, the Israelites. Verse 45. And when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. So they thought one of the people would bring him home for the Passover. Someone would find him and bring him home. You know, he was in good hands during the Passover. All the Israelites were around, right? But they found him not. And they turned back again to Jerusalem, seeking him. So they went back to Jerusalem where they was at to try to find Yahweh Shah. Verse 46. And it came to pass that after 3 days, they found him in the temple, sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. So they finally found him. And this is what Yahweh Shah said and was doing. And all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. So they was astonished at the knowledge of Yahweh Shah. All right. They said his voice was as many waters, man. All right. Verse 48, living waters, understanding and knowledge and wisdom. Verse 48. And when they saw him, they were amazed. And his mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing. So they were sad looking for Yahweh Shah. And this is what Yahweh Shah said. All right. This is how we got to be about this business, man. We can't be slothful in the Most High's business. All right. And he said unto them, verse 49, how is it that ye sought me? Wist ye not that I must be about my father's business? Yahweh Shah said, don't you know about my father's business? Why you sought me? Why you looking for me? You know I'm the son of the living God. You know I'm Yahweh Shah. He said, I'm about my father's business, man. Why you look for me? Why you was looking everywhere for me? I'm about my father's business. All right, so you got to be about the Most High's business. All right, and don't be slothful in his business. And they understood not the saying which he spake unto him. They didn't understand what Yahweh Shah was saying. He was too deep for him, man. All right, so you got to understand that he's about his father's business, man. And you got to be about your father's business too. And how you gonna run the business? You got to be doing the little things, man. All right. Well, how does it work in the business if you don't do the little things and you don't check up on the little things? The whole business will crash down. You'll be in debt. You'll owe the IRS and you'll be put out of business and you can end up in jail somewhere not doing the little things, man. All right. So you got to do the little things doing the Most High's business, man. Laziness is not allowed in this truth, man. You got to stop the laziness and you got to keep learning in this truth. You got to always keep learning. I mean, if it's one thing a day, you got to keep learning. If it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 chapters a day, you got to keep reading, man. All right? You got to keep doing this for the Most High till the kingdom come. All right? That's what the Most High told you. All right? So with that, we got to go to camp. So hopefully brothers and sisters was edified. With that, we'll give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah. That's called Halayim, Abanawa, Yahweh, by Hashem, Mashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shah, Barakatham. All right. Shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel scattered abroad. And hopefully brothers and sisters was edified and cut out the laziness in this truth and keep learning, man. Don't get idle, man. All right. You don't never want to be idle, man. Keep learning, keep getting understanding, keep getting better, man. All right. Don't stay the same way, man. All right. But like I said, shalom, shalom, and Kwam Yasha Allah.
Kwam Yasha Allah.